All right, we're up and going.
And welcome back to another episode of Dynasty Game Night. This is episode number 5. We have a couple of great guests on this evening, on the evening before football is finally back. John, and my co-host, is going to be playing the game this week. So let's talk to him first. John, are you excited about football tomorrow?
Oh, Matt, you have no idea. No idea. Like, I won't sleep tonight. I volunteered to edit tonight. Volunteered to edit. So because I knew, like, I'm not going to sleep, so I might as well. It's Christmas. I mean, I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm off work. I have some stuff to do around the house, but I am pretty much just going to be enjoying the day, waiting for kickoff. I have a draft, actually. I have a draft at 5 o'clock that starts. we do our draft. It's a 25-year-old league, and we draft now on opening night, and then we watch the game together and everything too. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I hate both teams that are playing tomorrow, but I'm going to watch it as excited as ever anyway. So let's say hi to our other contestants today. We have my two co-hosts from the DLF Dynasty podcast. Dan Myler, how you doing, buddy?
I'm excited too. I don't know if I'm quite as excited as John is about willing to stay up late tonight and not going to get to sleep because football is starting tomorrow. I saw some idiot on Twitter saying only 24 more weeks till no more football on Sundays, and I just shook my head. Well,
ready for that off-season trading and off-season when do NFL 10s open?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for the game tomorrow too. I'm with you, Matt. It's not exciting by teams, but it should be a lot of scoring. And that, John, that sounds like a lot of fun. When Brady throws his third touchdown pass of the first quarter, I wonder how that'll affect the draft stock of those Patriots.
Nope, we have to be done. Have to be finished by like 8:15 or whatever.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is. We move fast now. So it's only 14 rounds. It's pretty simple. We get through it quickly.
Well, I know my other co-host, Mr. Chad Scott, is excited for tomorrow because he's going to get to see his boy Kareem Hunt play. Right, Chad? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I am. And what's going to be funny is when Deion Lewis totally outscores every running back.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Twitter's going to absolutely lose their shit, and it's going to be epic. I can't wait.
Well, let's go ahead and dive into the games here, fellas. If you have listened to me host this show before, you've already heard all of these games before, but I really like them and I've had good feedback. So we're going to keep playing them until I decide to make another game. But the first one is called ADP Bullshit. Just to recap, this game is a bidding war, basically. I'm going to give a range of players at a certain position at a certain ADP range, and then our contestants are going to have to bid on how many they think they can get. If they bid, let's say they bid 5, they have to name all 5 names within that range. If they miss, then the person who challenged them and calls bullshit gets the point. So let's go ahead and start. And by random order of draw, we're going to start with Dan Myler. You get to pick the position. Actually, I changed it up a bit for this show. Usually I have one question for each of the 4 positions, but I actually have September's ADP early, and I only have the early part of the range. So I combine the quarterback and tight end position. So they're in one category this time. So your choices are quarterbacks and tight ends, or wide receivers, or running backs.
Well, I am against the grain, and I spend a lot of time thinking about quarterbacks and tight ends, so I think I got an edge there. I'm going to take that grouping.
All right, so there are a combined 7 quarterbacks and tight ends between picks 20 and 65 overall, and a 12-team draft that would be 2.08 to 6.05. So there are 7 there. And as a clue, I'm actually going to give a clue this time around because I got some feedback that maybe the game's a little bit too hard for you guys. So I'm going to give a player that is just at the end of that range, outside of that range of 20 to 65, just to give you an idea of where we're talking about here. So the player for this one that I'm going to give you is Greg Olsen. So he's just outside the range of 20 to 65. Oh, so Dan, how many out of 7 do you think you can name?
There's only 7?
There's only 7.
I'm going to start with, I'm going to say 2.
Dan says 2.
That's a huge advantage.
We'll go to Chad first. Can you name more than 2, or do you want to call bullshit?
What was the range?
20 to 65 overall, or 2.08 to 605 in a 12-team draft.
Oh, God. And Olsen's out of it?
Olsen is on the high side, so he's just out of the range.
And this is just tight ends?
I feel like
No, they're quarterbacks.
I could do.
Okay, tight ends and quarterbacks. You said okay.
Yes.
I feel like I can do 5.
Wow, he jumps from 2 to 5.
I will call bullshit on that. Let's hear him.
John calls bullshit. Chad, you need to name 5 quarterbacks.
I don't know if I understand the rules to this game.
Well, you have to name 5. What?
I have to name 5 quarterbacks and tight ends.
No,
inside
there
that
are.
range.
I'm not telling you. There's some number adds up to 7, either and combined with quarterbacks and tight ends. So there could be 2 quarterbacks and 5 tight ends. There could be 4 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends. There are 7 of them in this range.
I should have been higher.
And you have to name 5 of those players. Some of them could be quarterbacks. Some of them could be tight ends.
Okay, and I said 5.
You said 5.
All right, I'm gonna
let's
go
start with the
Pass.
first one.
Pass to me.
All right, hold on.
I'll go Aaron Rodgers.
Start back over, Matt, and
Aaron-
intro it that he's got to get 5 now, so that I have a good place to cut all that and start back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you want me to just say that he has none of that happened?
Yeah.
All right. So Chad Scott has bid 5. He thinks he can get 5 quarterbacks or tight ends between picks 20 and 65 overall. Chad, what's your first guess?
All right, I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
That is correct.
I'm going to go with.
He comes in at 31.2 overall.
Oh God. My boy Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson is in that range. He comes in at 55.2.
Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski is in that range. He is at 20.7.
Just barely.
I was worried that he might have been before there. So if he is in it, let's go Kelsey.
Correct. Kelsey comes in at 35.5. You only need 1 more
Oh God.
out of 3 left.
I really want to say Andrew Luck, but I don't think he's in there anymore. Tight end, Hunter Henry. Let's go. Oh, Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed is correct for 5. All 5, you get the point, Chad. Nicely done. Do you want to go for some bonus points for the last 2? Not actual bonus points, but just because to show how badass you are.
Brownie points.
What did I say? Maybe, I don't know, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck is in there at 49.5. 1 more quarterback.
I don't even know. If it's, we've talked about him and his disgusting ADP. Maybe Hunter Henry. I figure he's a tight end 4.
No, it's Marcus Mariota.
I would have guessed
4.8. So nice work. Nice work, Chad. That's the last show we had. No one was able to get to earn their point in this game, I'm pretty sure. So
I think it's pretty helpful getting that position like a marker.
It probably is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot nicer.
To get Olsen
And
helps
then
a
he
lot.
nailed Gronkowski on the other end.
Yeah.
The
And you can kind of fill in the blank.
He was the one I was kind of worried about because I wasn't sure if he was outside, but before all that anyway.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, nice work. So, Chad, you get to pick the next category. You get to pick wide receiver or running back.
Let's go with wide receiver.
Wide receiver. So we have 8 wide receivers between picks 35 and 55 overall. That's 3.11 to 5.07 in a 12-team draft.
35 to 55.
So how many of those 8 do you name, Chad?
Oh, God.
Did you give us a marker?
Oh, sorry. The marker at the end range, just outside at the high end of the range, is Emmanuel Sanders.
Ooh. Really?
At the high end.
That's on the
Or
high
outside
end?
outside the high end, I should say. Or
Okay.
after pick 55.
After, okay. I will do 35 to 55. I'll do 2.
Chad says 2. John?
I'll say 3.
John says 3. Dan, can you do more
I'll
than 3?
say 4. I'll say 4.
Dan
I'm
says
gonna call-
4.
I call
Chad?
bullshit.
Chad calls bullshit. All right, Dan, we have 8
Okay.
wide receivers between picks 35 and 55. Your clue at the end, just outside that range, is Manny Sanders.
Okay, I know one for sure. It's Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker is correct. He comes in at 39.5 overall.
I'm pretty sure Martavis Bryant, they're really close to each other.
Martavis Bryant is correct at 40.3 overall.
I think Crabtree's right in there too.
Michael Crabtree is incorrect.
Yes! Oh!
So you got two out of 4 right. Chad wins the point, and actually he does win the game as well because there's only 3 categories this time around. But we'll play some more anyway. Chad, since you stumped him there, can you name any of these other guys in this range? We'll take a stab.
Can I say Devontae Adams? See inside.
Devontae Adams is incorrect. John, you got anybody?
I think I got a few more.
What about like Golden Tate? Is that
Golden Tate is also incorrect.
Oof.
Oh,
Dan, you got
how about Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill is correct.
How about
Jarvis Landry?
Demaryius Thomas?
Demaryius Thomas is
that's a
correct.
good one.
36. He's just inside the range.
Gosh, I should have picked these guys. How about Corey Coleman?
Nope, that one's not right.
Oh,
But you did pretty good there. Too bad you didn't say Demaryius Thomas and Tyreek Hill before.
yeah.
Really
The other-
unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
The other guys in there just after Demaryius is Jarvis Landry at 38.7. Terrell Pryor's comes in at 40.7. Jameson Crowder at 52. And Kelvin Benjamin at 53 overall.
Good. I had to be. Good. Tate's got to be like right outside that, right?
Probably is, yeah.
Like, he's
All
gotta
right.
be just barely
Well,
missing.
let's just play. Unless you guys don't want to, we could do
No, let's play
running backs just for fun.
Yeah, I got to.
Okay, let's start with John on this one.
Wait, I thought this one was worth 3 points. I thought the final the bonus round's always worth 3 points just so Chad can lose, right?
John, we'll start with you though. At running, we have running back. We have 8 running backs between picks 30 and 50. That's picks 306 to 502 in a 12-team draft. And your clue just outside of pick 50 is Ty Montgomery.
So 30 to 50.
Ty Montgomery is after
There's
50.
8.
30 to 50, and there's 8 leading up to Ty Montgomery. Let's start at 3.
We got 3. Let's go back to Chad. This just to switch up the order.
He said 3.
3. Yep.
Outside of Montgomery. Let's go. Yeah, I'll go 4.
All right, Dan.
Well, I got to say 5 then.
Dan says 5.
That's why
John,
I started
gonna
at
play or
3, 'cause
pass?
there's no way in hell I'm going to 6. So I'll call bullshit on it. And here
All right, Dan. Just for fun, name those 8 running backs or 6 running backs.
Didn't I?
I think
Didn't I get 5?
Oh, 5. Sorry, John
He
said
said
6.
7.
Name
Okay.
those 5 running backs.
Delvin Cook.
Eh.
Are you kidding me? I was going to
He would've
roll
been my
through
first
rookies.
pick.
He's
Let me
earlier
try
now.
a few more. I got to be able to get some.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Where is
Okay,
Dalvin Cook?
Lamar Miller.
Lamar Miller is correct at 42.
Just before the range, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook is just before Joe Mixon, if I remember
Okay.
right.
So Mixon was in?
Out. Sorry, I gave that one away. Mixon is in, yes.
Would McCaffrey be in then?
McCaffrey is not in.
Oh, see, I was going to go through the rookies, and then I thought some of those vets like DeMarco Murray and Lamar
Yep.
Miller.
DeMarco Murray's in there. There is another rookie in here.
Where's Hunt?
Kareem Hunt is in here at 43,
Yeah.
just after Lamar
Yeah,
Miller.
see, I would have said him. How about Crowell, maybe?
Crowell is just after Hunt at 46. You guys got
Yep.
3 more.
How about Carlos Hyde?
Carlos Hyde at 48.
Abdullah.
Yeah,
Abdullah
Abdullah.
is incorrect.
CJ Anderson. Won't.
He's got to be.
You're
out.
missing one at the early end and one at the end of the range.
Another rookie?
One at the beginning.
One at the beginning, just after Mixon.
Is there another rookie?
There is no
Derrick
more.
Henry.
Derrick Henry is the guy who's at the end of the range at 49
good one.
out of 50. But there's one more guy, one more vet that's lost a lot of value in the last couple of weeks.
Mark Ingram. Or Spencer Ware.
No, way earlier than that.
Well,
A top 5 redraft guy that has probably fallen out of the first round in a lot of cases.
McCoy.
McCoy is correct.
Yeah.
Sean
Yeah.
McCoy. Yep. 36.5.
There's no way he's calling that call.
Wow, we got all of those guys. So nice work, guys. But Chad
Gosh,
takes.
I couldn't even get 2 though.
Hey, this game is harder than it appears.
no, this
when you're
game's pretty
listening.
easy, man.
Oh, goodness.
All right, let's go to a game I can do.
All right, we're going to go to the trade game. Chad is up 1-0 on you guys. Just a reminder of how this game works. I am going to throw out a player, and the contestants will need to make an offer for that player. Either, well, first they're going to say if they would be buying or selling that player. I guess we could do it that way, and then make me an offer, or I guess tell me what you would want for that player. And you have to. The goal is to make that offer as close to even as possible, according to DynastyTradeCalculator.com. So we'll go ahead and start with the winner of the last game, Chad. And I'm going to let you pick a position here. You can pick any of the 4 skill positions.
I'm going to go with running back.
Running back. I'm going to go ahead and toss you Eddie Lacy. Make me an offer or tell me what you would like to buy Eddie Lacy for.
A bag of chips.
Yeah. And you can do draft picks, right?
You can do draft picks. You can tell me early, mid, or late 2018 pick.
I would do a mid 2018 second.
A mid 2018 second. Let's see.
Dang, that was going to be that was initially right where I went. So now I got to decide.
Yeah, I was thinking early. I was going to go early, but
I actually can only do. Actually, I realized I can only do early, mid, or late for the first round picks. So it has to be just a second.
All right, a second.
So all right. So I got Chad's number down. Let's go to Dan. What's your guess here?
okay, that changes things. I don't want to give a late first, so let's do a similar running back. How about Paul Perkins?
Paul Perkins. Similar in what way?
I think value-wise, I don't like Perkins, but some people do, and he's young. That's why I was.
I didn't know if you were calling him fat too, or what you were doing there.
Eddie is not fat. He's robust.
He's big boned. John,
what are the options for the 2018 picks? We got early, mid, and late first, second,
and then second and third.
I'll tell you what. I'll say a second and a third. That's probably gonna be too high, but I want to be a little bit more than just a plain second.
Second and a third.
I want like a second and a fourth.
All right. Here are the results. John comes in last. His total value is 6 points. Eddie Lacy has a value of 5 points.
Oh,
Chad,
I'm not terribly far.
No, you're not terrible at all. It's really close, actually. Chad comes in second. He has an offer of is worth 4 points for a 2018 second, and Lacy is worth 5, so he's 1 point off. But Dan killed it with a 5.5 for Paul Perkins.
Wow.
And within 0.5 of complete even for that trade. Nice work, pal.
Wow.
So Dan gets the first point in this round.
I told you they're the same. It's the
Oh,
same
and
thing.
I forgot to mention at the beginning, but we played a 3 in this game. So
right.
Dan's on the board first with 1 point.
Son of a bitch.
All right, Dan.
Okay, I'm gonna go with wide receiver then.
Wide receiver. I'm gonna throw something to you. How about let's go with Jordy Nelson.
Oh, well, I'm buying.
What are you buying for?
I recently traded for him, but I have a feeling that offer I got away with something on that. I gave Treadwell in a mid first, but I don't really want to say that. I kind of like what I did on the last one, going with a player, so I don't want to give a draft pick. I'm gonna say Devontae Adams, the young guy on the same team.
Is that a trade you would make? Would you trade Devontae Adams for him?
I would trade Devontae Adams for Nelson if
Nelson.
I was a contender. Yep, and I would probably do it the other way if I was rebuilding.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's go to John this time. What's your offer, buddy?
I think I'll go with a player and a pick. I'm going to go with Michael Crabtree, and I have to pick a first. Mid first.
Ooh, I might be selling for that.
What did he say?
Michael
That's a nice
Crabtree.
offer.
and a mid 2018 first.
Yeah, I like Jordy. I like Jordy.
Yeah, me too.
I would pay for him
Okay.
if I'm trying to win.
And Chad, how about you? What would you pay for Jordy Nelson or sell him for?
I'm buying. I'm gonna say. Oh man, this is hard. Can I say Stephon Diggs?
You can absolutely say Stephon Diggs.
Well, that's a nice one too.
Dang,
I
that's
saw Diggs get
situation is
swapped
very
for Adams recently, so that's they're close, I think.
All right, so here's the breakdown.
John gets
First of
last.
all, Jordy Nelson is worth 12.5.
Oh shit!
Wow, shit.
According
I would have thought he'd be worth more.
according to the calculator. John's offer of Michael Crabtree is worth 9.1 points, and a 2018 mid first is worth 10 points. So
Yeah, I knew it was
2.1. So you're at what is that? Do the math for me. That is 2.3.
It doesn't matter. It's
Whatever. 2 point whatever it is. I had a lot of Chad has his box of wine. I had like 4 beers before this, so someone else can do the math. It's a little bit off.
It's off.
It's a little bit off. No, I can do the math. It's 19.1 and 12.5, 6.4, right? 6.4,
Wow,
something like that.
I would give that for Jordy if I'm trying to win this year.
Dan, 17.3, so closer.
Ooh. I gave up too much, really.
Yeah, 5 points off there. And then Chad, closer yet, 16.7, buddy. Nice work. Still a little bit of an overpay.
Still overpay.
Still a little bit of
So
overpay.
Diggs,
we all paid.
Diggs is
overpay
worth
a little bit.
less than Adams then in Dynasty, according to
Diggs
the
is worth-
calculator.
Well, it's basically the same. It's 17.3 for Adams and 16.7 for Diggs. So I mean, it's
That's less.
basically the same. But yeah.
Well, then we both can have a half a point if it's basically the same. There you go.
But that brings us to one to one though in this game. Dan's got one, Chad's got one. Yeah. Let's go. Since you took that point, Chad, you can pick the position. John, you got to get on the board.
I'm going to go on the board.
Can I say wide receiver again?
You can say wide receiver again. And I'm going to throw you Doug Baldwin.
All right. I'm going to say Todd Gurley.
Ooh.
Todd Gurley. 1 sec.
I am not buying Doug Baldwin. I'd be selling him.
He has been kind of perennially just described as underrated, and he was until this year, and now he's going up in like the mid-second in startups. So it's kind of crazy.
So always, title run.
Let's see. Todd Gurley. Straight up. Is that right? Is Todd Gurley straight up?
Yep.
All right. How about you? Let's go to Dan.
I would want like Devontae Parker and a second.
Parker and a second.
I think is what I would want.
Man, you really have Devontae Parker on the brain, Dan.
Yeah,
that's all you want to talk about last night. That was your first guess in the first game tonight. Now you're doing.
I think I told you last night that I sold him in one league, maybe off the pod. I told you I sold him in one league this offseason, and I'm really regretting it. So since I said that yesterday, I spent a little time trying to get him in one more league again to kind of recoup it. And I thought maybe with the game cancellation, somebody would be willing to sell for somebody who's playing this week.
It's a good idea.
No luck so far. I've tried in 3 leagues, and I've been close. I'm still in negotiations in one spot, so maybe I can buy him here.
Sorry, you said Devontae Parker and a
second. I want.
A 2018. Okay.
Yeah. I would hope to get a late first, but a second would be do it.
Yeah. That's I mean, if I was wanting to sell him, I would sell him for that, I guess.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll say Jordy, since we used Jordy, and a second.
Jordy and a second. I didn't think about that, John. Now you're using I'm telling you how much they're worth, so now you know how much those players are worth.
Yeah, the rules, baby. The rules don't prevent it.
That's savvy. I should have
probably
gone. I
still
should have gone with
That is
Adams
savvy.
again.
Always,
It's
John.
still
Always, John is like the fantasy velociraptor. He's like always testing the defenses. You know, like. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You said Jordy Nelson and a first.
A second.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking they're not a first valued apart. Hopefully not.
Okay. So, Chad, you were the worst this time.
Damn it.
Todd Gurley comes in at Doug Baldwin's value is 17.6, and Todd
I
Gurley's
should have
value
said Adams.
24.9.
Wow.
That's one that I could maybe pick a bone about, right? Because I think if we looked at ADP, I think they're probably a lot closer than 7 points. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're going with
Okay.
these guys for right now. Hey, Hurley, update your app here, pal. All right, Dan, you came in at 18.5 versus a 17.6, so 0.9. John at 16.5, 1.1. You just missed out. So Dan won this by 0.2 points.
Wow.
Wow, that was close.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm at least getting a lot better than I was the first time we played this, Matt.
I'm getting worse.
That's right.
Fuck.
So Dan's got second point.
Okay, and I wanna switch it up because these guys are starting to learn these ADPs a little bit. So I want to do
Twist
wide
the
receiver
position.
again. Yeah, I'm gonna go to tight end this time.
Oh,
Tight end. All right, I got one for you, Dan. How about Marty B, Mr. Martellus
I
Bennett?
knew you were gonna do that.
Are you sensing a theme here yet, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Martellus Bennett in draft picks. Well, I would buy him for sure, and I would sell something pretty good probably. So, I would sell a late first for him for sure.
Wow.
I do late first.
oh, can I jump in and take a second right there?
So, John, you want to
Maybe
go?
I'm too high.
John, you're jumping in.
Shouldn't have picked tight
You
end.
want a 2018 second?
Yeah, I'll go 2018 second.
And just to clarify, Dan, you said late 2018 first, right?
Yes.
And you said that. Okay. And Chad, what are you going to pay for Mr. Martellus Bennett? Black unicorn. I can't wait to
It's
see
a black
trounce all over your linebackers tomorrow night in Lambeau. Oh, wait, no, it's Sunday.
gonna
Damn it, I got to wait like 4 days.
Can I say like Sterling Shepard?
Sterling
Oh my
Shepard.
gosh,
Mm,
that's a out of the blue one.
out of the blue, the Giants.
Hey,
Marshall,
outside
but-
the box.
Unintended pun.
All right, Chad, you were last again. Martellus Bennett has a value of 6.2, and Sterling Shepard comes in at 7.8.
Oh, I won.
John, a 2018 second is worth 4 points, so you're 2.2 off. And Dan, a late 2018 first, we're 6 points, only 0.2 off.
Oh,
Record for tonight. I can't remember if that's the closest offer we've got ever got, but it's definitely close to it. It's got to be tied for it, if not the best offer we've ever gotten on this game. So
I literally got zero. I got 0 points in this game, and I feel like I was it's close. Like I was not far off.
yeah,
What Marshall been?
Brandon Marshall.
Because that's who like my gut was saying.
And then you just like, oh, I'll throw out another giant instead.
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall was a 5.0, so that would have been completely even fee if you had set up for him, but still 1.2 off of Bennett.
Okay.
So Dan, nice work, man. You took the second game. This is shaping a lot like the last time you were on, John, where you won fake news and the other guys won the other games. The games where there's actually skill involved. So if you tied this up, I do have a tiebreaker as well. So we are going to move on to everybody's favorite game, fake news. Again, the score is Chad 1, Dan 1, and John's looking to get on the board here. So fake news, a very easy game.
On that trade game, my total margin of error could not have been nearly as bad as it was.
You played much better this time than last time, for sure.
Participation ribbon coming my way.
Anyway, for fake news, very easy game. I'm going to read some headlines. Some of them are real, some of them are fake. And our guests have to guess which ones are real and which ones are fake. This is a game that we play to 3 points. When I read out a headline, you guys will all get an opportunity to guess on this one. So yeah, there's a little bit of gamesmanship involved. If someone is about to win and you need this one to win, you got to pick the opposite, that kind of thing. But
or if you're down in the entire night and you just have to try and win again.
Or that. But I have faith that we're going to get to the tiebreaker again, John.
Let's hope so.
All right. So the first headline is, and Dan won that game, so we'll throw it to him first. The first headline is, next stop, week 1. Is that real or fake?
That's so corny that somebody did that. That's real.
Okay, we got real from Dan. John?
Yeah, I'll go real. Somebody wrote that headline somewhere.
And Chad?
He wants to be contrarian. Look at him.
I do.
But he has no confidence, though.
On this first one, I don't want to be behind, so I'm going to say it's real.
That is correct. It is real. This is a headline on rotoworld.com.
Thank God.
All right. Here's the next one. We'll start with John this time. Le'Veon Bell signs tender, tells Art Rooney, show me the money. Is that real or fake, John?
I'm going to go fake. I'm hoping he didn't actually get quoted as saying that.
All right, Dan.
Fake.
I think it's fake, too.
And Chat.
I could see Le'Veon Bell saying that. God
I
damn
can
it.
see him saying it.
I don't think he said it. I think a dumb writer said it if it was said.
I'm going to say it's real.
It is fake news.
Damn it.
So John and Dan get the point.
Damn it. Damn it.
And I'm going to say that I guess I can't do that. I was going to say if we all John, should we have it so that if everybody gets it right, it doesn't count for a point?
Nah,
everybody gets a point for that.
It doesn't make a difference one way or another. I mean,
I didn't think so. All right. Well, if that's the case, then Dan's got 2 points already.
So do I.
And
So
John,
so John.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, here we go. Chad,
I'm keeping track, Price. Come on now.
Chad, we'll start with you this time. Save me, OBJ. You're my only hope.
What?
Save me, OBJ. You're my only hope.
Is that what Eli Manning said? Eli. I'm going to say it's... I'm going to say...
Remember, these are all headlines.
Real.
John.
Oh, I was hoping to get home field advantage here. Let's go fake.
John says fake. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's fake.
That is fake. That is fake. I was trying to do a Star Wars thing there. Save me, Obi-Wan.
Gotcha.
I had a feeling it was fake, but I knew they were probably going to go the fake things.
So
you knew we were going to get it right, so you tried to catch up.
Yeah, so that puts you and Dan both at 3 points, so we have a tiebreaker here. Chad, you are out for the rest of this game, but you might be back later for the tiebreaker if John pulls this out.
Come on, John. Let's go, John.
Throw it, Dan. Throw it.
All right.
We want to make Matt work a little more.
Here we go. Graham Gano on Panthers keeping 2 kickers. Yeah, not weird. Graham Gano on Panthers keeping 2 kickers. Yeah, not weird. Dan, how about you? What do you say?
That's a long headline. I think that's fake, but I might want to throw it. No, I'll say fake and make John.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fake too. The Panthers aren't actually keeping 2 kickers, are they?
You guys are both wrong.
Yeah,
that is real news on NFL.com.
That's real.
Freaking
That
kickers.
is real.
That
So
one
we
actually
continue.
saw.
The Panthers are keeping 2 kickers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Harrison Butker.
Kickoff specialist.
What?
All right.
Don't the kickoffs automatically get a touchback at this point in the NFL?
Not when Graham Gano is your kicker.
How special do you have to be? Oh, geez.
Okay. We'll go to John first this time. Talking football with Tony Romo. The quarterback learns how to talk football.
Oh, that's a really long headline. I'll go fake.
So was the Graham Gano one.
Graham Gano one was a paragraph. I'm still going to say fake.
John,
I don't think Matt prepared enough of these to keep going, so I'll say it's real.
I've got like 6 more, so don't let that affect you.
Really? I'm going to say real.
You're going to say real?
Yep.
Dan takes the game and the episode. Dan, you are
what cheesy source wrote that article?
Where'd you find that one, Matt?
That one was at si.com. You want? Here's the other the last real one I have.
The next headline should be Dan dominates Chad on game night. John doesn't even get mentioned in the title because
not even a little bit.
This is going to be extra painful for John because he has to edit it later. He's got to get to relive it.
Relive the horror.
So the other last real headline I had was how Blair Walsh's infamous missed field goal may have saved a young fan's life.
I'd like to read that. I would like
that's
to
a
read
real
that
one.
Story.
That's real, also on si.com. And then I had one more.
Did you read it? Can you give us a summary?
I did not read it. I should read it because it's so ridiculous. I don't know how a missed field goal could save a life, but maybe like their parents bet on him missing and they won a bunch of money that went to some research or something to save his life. I don't know. And then the last fake headline.
Yeah, that's not a good game for future episodes. Guessing what was said after the
in a life or death.
His parents had a very special skill set.
Since we were too lazy to read past the headline, we're just going to take a shot at guessing it.
And then the last fake one was a new Eagles speedster, Torrey Smith, quote, ready to fly.
Oh, that would have been a good one, Matt.
That should have been the first one. That's a good one.
You got to squeeze those puns into the headline, man.
That is it for our episode in terms of we already have a winner, but we could play the tiebreaker if you guys want to.
Why not?
The tiebreaker, I have the top 20 wide receivers, so I was going to do a round robin that we just name off the top 20 wide receivers in September ADP, and whoever, if you miss one, you're out basically.
I should probably get a pen and paper for that.
You guys want to play that?
Yeah, me too. Let's play it for fun.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get a pen and paper here.
Yeah, let me get a pen and paper so you don't hear typing as I write them down.
Actually, I need to open that file, so you got plenty of time.
I've had a piece of paper the whole time. Every time Matt says something, I write it down.
Look at that. Note taker. Taking notes from Leo Pasiga.
As soon as you said like 30 to 50 running back, I wrote names down. I was writing names like Cook. Yep, he's in there. And that was like the instant name. Nope, he's not in there. Whoops. Guess his stock has gone up too much.
All right. I got the top 20 up.
What, does John have a mood light behind him there or what?
Dude, isn't that thing scary? His exercise machine looks like a monster, like coming out of like, I don't know, like hell or something.
I thought it was a work light.
It's his I don't know what the light is, but he has an exercise machine behind it that looks like a monster.
Is the elliptical freaking people out again?
Okay, I already got
Dan asked if it was mood lighting.
Oh,
it looks like a transformer.
Yeah, looks like something.
It's a Decepticon.
That's the light at the basement steps. And then I got another light right above me that I use, but
so just for fun, we are going to go ahead and play the tiebreaker. And in this game, basically, we're going to do a round robin, and these 3 contestants will have to name wide receivers in the top 20 until that list is exhausted. If you miss one, you're out. So here we go.
By fun, Matt means make John look even worse.
Hey, that's within the definition of fun, I'm pretty sure. Let's start with our champion for this week, Dan Myler. You can name the first player, the first wide receiver in the top 20. Or sorry, one of the top 20 wide receivers, not the top overall 35. So the top 20 wide receivers.
I will take OBJ because he's my only hope.
He is your only hope. That's correct, of course. John?
I'll go Evans.
Evans. How about Chad?
Kenny Galladay. No. Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown is correct. Back to Dan.
Julio
is correct. John?
AJ Green.
AJ Green is correct. Chad?
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton is correct. Back to Dan.
Did somebody
I don't know. You're supposed to be writing these down, right, Dan?
I'll take Amari Cooper. I know he hasn't been said.
Amari
Damn it,
Cooper.
that
was
was the
Somebody
name
said
I just
Julio,
Give me a
right?
second now.
Someone did say Julio.
Yeah, I think it was
John.
me.
You said Cooper. Is Sammy still in there? He should still be in
Sammy
there.
Watkins is still in there. He comes in at 12.
Didn't have him written down there.
Well, that's a shame. I shouldn't have said that.
Chad.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks comes in at number 10.
I'll take Nuke.
DeAndre Hopkins is correct. Number 11.
Keenan?
Keenan Allen, correct. Number 14. Severely undervalued. Chad.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas is correct. Up to number 7. And Dan.
A-Rob?
Allen Robinson is risky. Comes in at 16.
Yeah, I was worried.
Ooh.
It's gonna get dicey here. I feel like.
John? It is pretty soon here.
Baldwin?
Doug Baldwin is correct at 15.
Gosh, I never think he's worth that.
Chad now.
I gotta go. Dez hasn't been said, right?
Des Bryant is correct. Number 8. Wide receiver 8. Dan? We've got 1, 2, 3,
5
4,
left.
5 left.
Devontae Adams?
Ooh, number 19. Nice work.
Oh,
That's bad. Who's going to get number 20?
Don't let it get back to me because my list is dry. I got one good idea.
I had two written down, and one of them was Adams, and the other one is a risk that I think 3 months ago would have been the right answer, but I don't think so right now. Top 20. Somebody right now, the people listening are screaming at some terribly overlooked name. What are the? Do you know?
I know who it is.
What are the numbers that we're missing, Matt?
no, don't tell.
I was going to say, do you really want that info? I was going to say, do you really want that info?
Yeah, why not?
I have. I got
Are
one
we missing
guaranteed.
somebody is completely obvious? We probably
Yes,
are.
we're missing several, at least 2 that I feel are obvious.
Okay.
Super obvious one I have.
Maybe 3 that are obvious.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It's harder for you guys. I'm sitting here looking.
Let me look at the list and make sure I haven't written down. I haven't crossed anybody off here. I said Keenan, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see here.
I have 3 names.
I only need one because it won't come back to me.
That's not true. You'll get one more.
Damn it!
Yeah, you could get the 20th one, I think.
Yep. Come on, John.
Oh, he'd be 21.
Man, I gotta think. Give me a second. I'm
There's
trying
only
to.
4 left.
Gave you like
Trying to
4
not-
Oh
minutes.
yeah. Oh.
And it starts
There's only
the
4
Jeopardy.
left.
I forgot to pull out the Jeopardy soundboard for this one. I could be playing that.
Hey, you've got me tilting that we're missing somebody obvious. Who am I missing?
Well,
That's
pretty
obvious.
obvious.
I think it's obvious. I feel like it's obvious.
Gosh, you're going to take my guy then.
Okay, I'll say Jordy and Adams were close, so I'll say Jordy.
Jordy is correct. 17.
Oh, I didn't have him in.
I'm saying Corey Davis.
Damn it!
Corey
That was mine.
Davis. There it is. That's the
Oh,
one I was thinking of.
Corey Davis is the one that I said that 3 months ago I knew he was in there. But
I
I kind of feel like he's lost something, because he hasn't done anything.
He's wide receiver 13. He's just outside of the top
13?
12. Yeah.
Wow.
Hasn't even took a
It doesn't
snap.
come back to me, by the way.
There's only 2
Dan's
left.
19.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It doesn't. come
John's
back.
20.
So you made it. You made it to the end,
I
Chad.
really want to put the pressure on him, too.
Dan, you got 2 more.
I got 2 names written down.
Say them both because I don't have any.
One of them's Chad's guy.
Oh yeah.
I think he
That
could
was
have
one of the
flew way up there with the recent news. But I'm going to go with Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is correct. Number 20.
Wow.
Yes!
Number 18 is left for you, John.
Dude, if I get a pick.
Diggs was the only one I could even.
You're going to
think
take the
of.
guy I just said? Chad?
Who is?
I know because that's my other guess. That was my other 2.
I'll just bow out and let Chad finish off with his guy then.
Oh, John is out. Couldn't even win the tiebreaker.
Nah.
God, this is gonna be if it's
This one may be tough,
fucking
I
right.
guess.
I think you cut out when you answered there.
Oh, did you answer? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Martavis fucking Bryant.
That is incorrect.
Oh, that was my guess too. I can't really think
Come
of
on,
anybody.
Demarius isn't that high up still, is he?
Don't tell me it's Alshon Jeffrey.
It is Alshon.
Oh,
fucking
Alshon.
Jeffrey.
Oh, I wouldn't even
18th
consider.
overall.
I never even thought of his name.
18th overall. Yep.
We got 19 between the three of us, though.
Yeah, that was well done. That was well done,
I
guys.
think that still means I was the last one to get one right, so that still means I win, right?
I got skipped over though.
I think it's
I got
actually a
skipped.
tie on the tiebreaker because we all went out on the same one. If I'm not mistaken, I think technically it's a tie on the tiebreaker.
No, I started, so I was the first one through that round, and I got one.
That's
But
true.
I think
Stephon
I need like
Diggs
I
saves the
need
bacon.
I need a third of a fictional point that's of no actual value anyway.
Well, I can give you a third of my points, and I'll still have one. So
If you guys really wanted to, we could do running back too. It's up to you. We can just end it. We can just end it if you like.
I won't be nearly as good at running back.
All right, we'll just end it then. We'll save that for another time. Well, thanks to all of my guests here. Dan, the champion Myler. He is the dynasty champion of the world, at least until the next episode.
Chad, studying paid off, Dan.
I guess so.
Chad, very well fought, my friend. Very close game. Unfortunately, you'll have to broadcast on the DLF Dynasty podcast for the rest of the year, knowing that you lost to Dan here.
That's right.
And John, someday you'll get on the board. I'm up 2-0. That you're 2-0 now, and I'm up next for the next week, so it could be a 3-0. We might be going for a clean sweep here. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Before we do that, Dan, tell us where we can find you and your work and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm one of the guys over at the DLF Dynasty podcast. You can catch me and Matt and Chad on that. We're proud of what we do over there, and I write for DLF as a senior writer. I write the most notably probably the rookie report card, covering a couple rookies every week during the regular season. I'm looking forward to kicking that off next week.
And you can find him at dmyler22. Chad Scott, tell us where we can find you, buddy.
At the hospital getting EKGs and you can find me on Twitter and of course the Dynasty League Football Podcast with you and Dan. But Twitter handle is at Chad_Scott13.
And last but not least, John, where can we find you?
Certainly least when it comes to this game show, apparently.
You can find him in the basement because that's where the score was.
I am still at Empire FFL. I don't have anything to plug, so the plug I'll give is to do a callback to something that we needed to get done like a month ago. Zach Marmer at League Edge tweeted out that something about let's get Travis May to rap the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If it gets enough retweets, everybody go and retweet that. I don't want to let that die because I really want to see Travis. Travis rap.
I thought we hit it. I thought we hit the mark for him.
No, Travis has to get like 1,000 for that. That was ridiculous.
Oh.
No, well, what we got to was Justin McCaslin offhandedly saying that he would sing Andy Grammer if he got 50, and that took all of just like 2 or 3 hours to get that. So
who's Andy Grammer?
Andy Grammer, I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it to refresh your memory, but it's that, hey, was it like, hey, honey, no, I'm good or whatever. That's even worse than
I have no. Is this a current like top 40 song?
I need to
I
hear
think it was a song like last year or something, maybe.
I've definitely not heard. I mean, maybe it was if I heard it.
Nah, honey, I'm good. That's what it is. Honey.
No idea.
I can't wait to hear
Justin.
It'll be great to hear Justin sing it.
Ooh, we should, because they're due to be on this show too. Maybe we can have them do it live on the show.
Oh my God, I'm sure he's going to do it live on his or at least on Twitter and try and hide it as much as possible.
That's probably.
He'll post it at like 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you had fun. We all had fun. We'll be back sometime with another episode at some point in the near future. Happy football, everybody. We're so happy it's back.
Yes, happy football.
All right.
Nice.